Hello guys, welcome back to DevFusion Mastery. Today I'm going to show you how to host a portfolio website using GitHub Actions CI/CD. So we will automate the deployment process, host the application on GitHub page, and as a bonus, connect it to a custom domain for a professional setup. So this is a simple yet powerful real-world DevOps project. So without any delay, let's get started. So this is project 2. In this, like I'm sharing these details, but if you haven't watched project 1, please go ahead and watch because it's based on serverless application and it's completely based on AWS. So it will be helpful for your interview. So let's get started. So first of all, I will discuss about project architecture. You can say project directory. So yeah, this is based on React project and we have built basic template of portfolio. So our main purpose is deploying application with automation in in GitHub and using GitHub Action, and then we will use some kind of custom domain to make the project as a professional. Like will not use GitHub Action URL, GitHub Action URL for them checking the website. We will use our custom. Okay. So first of all, let me run this project and show you in local npm run start. Yeah. So this is basic application we have built and just for testing purpose. You can see I have added some dummy project also, and I guess themes is looking good. So this is our application. What we will do, we will try to create one GitHub repo and we'll try to deploy this application in GitHub. So let's get started. Let me log into GitHub and we'll make new repo. Yeah. So we'll keep portfolio testing. Yeah. So I'm keeping everything default and once done will, yeah, so we have like our existing project. Let me add it. Let me connect with our GitHub, then we will see. In the meanwhile, I have created one deployment file. Let me explain you first. Okay, then we'll go with deployment. So, um, if you are aware about this GitHub Actions, we have to create YAML file for deployment or for any task like whatever we want to do. So we have to give the name. We have to give on. In on section, like we have to keep the actions like on which action our GitHub will trigger GitHub Actions kind of deployment or kind of any work whatever we have defined. So in on section you can keep like push pull, and based on the branches you can go with deployment. So let's say you are working on dev. Let me delete this part. So let's say you are working on dev branch, okay, and you only want to deploy your application when dev branch changes happened. So you can keep your dev. If you want to keep main, you can keep main. So in this case, like whenever you push the code in main branch, it will trigger. Simple. So we are giving permissions and then we are keeping some concurrency. Group will be page and cancel in progress equal to false. Okay. And this is like this is optional, you can ignore if you want, but this part is very important. First, CI and CD. CI means continuous integration This part CI we are just considering, and deploy means deployment CD, continuous deployment. Okay. So in CI, what we are doing, we have created multiple stages. So let me show you. We are doing Git checkout. So it will responsible for check our code, latest code, and we have configured node. So basically our application is running on React. So definitely we need set node setup for running the application or building the application. So we need npm setup. So as of now I'm using a node 20 version, but you can upgrade if you want. Okay. And then after doing some setup related to node, we are just installing modules using npm install, and then we are building the project. So I will show you that part also in local, how we can do it. Like if you execute npm run build, npm run build, let me show you. Let me delete this build uh, project. Done. Now, if I execute this command, you can see it will automatically create one build. So this is only important file we have to upload. Even though if you are hosting your application in S3 bucket, so only these files required. So if you check my project one, so we have done the same thing and we have uploaded our application in S3 bucket, and using CloudFront we were accessing. So that was like full project related to serverless architecture. In that, like I have explained CloudFront, S3 bucket, API gateway, Lambda with DynamoDB. So please check it if you haven't watched that video. That is very important. So as you can see, our build project is done. So similarly, like in our CI/CD also, we are building this project. Okay. And we are doing page setup. This is like, dot slash build. This is the main directory, like after build the project. In that, like we have all the packages and everything to run our application. And then we are deploying the application in GitHub. Okay. So you can take your time and you can look all the things. And let me do one thing. Our repo is ready. Let me execute. Um, and let's see. Okay. So I guess we have to done git remote. What I can do? Let me delete existing one. ls open la rm open rf dot git. So earlier I have tested with one GitHub setup. So let me do it. Yeah, let me go with this. So this is running on main branch, no problem. Yeah, git push origin main done. You can see this is this application running on local. As of now, I stopped it, so it's not running. And our complete project is here now. Okay, okay. Sorry, I have to add all git add git commit adding project git push done. Yeah, so you can see my complete project is in GitHub, but you can see GitHub action page is there, but nothing. The GitHub action is not running. Reason is basically we are pushing the code with Git branch. Git branch, you can see main, but we have defined this part as a dev. So if we can change dev to main, then definitely our GitHub will trigger main. Let me save, and like again we can do git add all, git commit, keeping same, git push. So I hope this time it will trigger automatically. Okay, done. Let me refresh. Yeah, you can see our deployment is started. Go to GitHub Action. You can see first for this project, first deployment is started. Let's see how it's going. Open it. Yeah, it's installing node dependency. Then it's building the project. I got some error, and I got it like why I'm getting error. So basically we are trying to host our application, but in GitHub like we have to enable one option related to deployment. So for that, let's go to setting and page. Yeah, so we have to change this build and deploy. So now we are using GitHub Actions to deploy our application. Okay, so this is done. Now I can do one thing, action. I can re-trigger this one. Okay, new workflow. Okay, new open, rerun, complete job. So we are starting again. Okay, so why it's failed? The reason is like we have to enable one setting related to deployment in our setting section, inside setting, inside page. Okay, so let's see. I hope this time it should work. Let me open. This time it's, I guess build will successful. It's going perfect. This is successful, and now deployment is going. You can see how it's looking. Build and deploy means CI CD. Okay, this is done. This is successful. Let me open this page. So this is like our deployment link. Just open it. Okay, I got it. So this is like not accessible. Inspect console. We are getting a, okay. So basically there is one more thing. This application is successfully deployed, but we have to change one more basic modification. Let me copy this page, this URL, and we have to change in our host in package.json in whom earlier I have tested with one domain. Let me remove, let me add. Yeah. So let me do redeploy. Okay. Now we will not do anything manual. Commit, fix the error, git push. So you can see I have done git push here, and we can go here, we can go here, and you can see again this pipeline is started. We can go to GitHub Actions. You can see second our second CI/CD process started. Let's see. Let me close this local one because not required now. We can wait for 1 minute. It will be successful soon. And once done, we can validate, and then we can go with custom domain setup. Okay, because that is important. Otherwise, it will not looks good. Yeah, so build successful and now it's happening deployment. Okay, complete jobs done. So this is done. Let me click on it, fix the error. This is our endpoint URL to for test. Click. This is the page. We are able to host our application, right? You can see how we have hosted. So now what we can do, you can see this URL is not looking good. This is like based on your GitHub name, right? So now what we can do, we can trying to integrate with our custom domain and we'll make this like more professional. Okay. So now what we can do, for this definitely we have to purchase one basic domain. I have already purchased, so I will show you in GoDaddy and then what kind of setup we have to done. I will show that part and then I will integrate the custom setup. Okay. So let me go to this GoDaddy. So this is my account and I have purchased one DevFusion Mastery domain. So let me open domain part and I will show you few basic configuration. So let's click on DNS. Basically DNS, for DNS record we have to add few things. You can see I have added these 4 lines of a record because these are the domain servers for GitHub. So what I can do, just for your understanding, I will take this IP and I will do NS lookup. Okay. So clear NS lookup done. You can see it's like a CDN setup with GitHub. You can see if you want to use your custom domain with GitHub, then you have to do this 4 configuration in your GoDaddy account. Okay. So let me show you this one also. There is 4 domain server which is provided by GitHub. So you can see CDN, this is also part of GitHub. So this is like these IPs are mentioned in official document in GitHub. During deployment, you can check it. I will show you this part also, like how I got this document and how we can go with that. And after that, after this configuration, what kind of subdomain you want to set with your project, that part we can configure. I can do, let me add new record. This time I'm going to create CNAME and we'll keep um, project 2 dot, I guess project 2 is fine, and this time, yeah, project 2 is fine, and this time we'll take this part, deployment. We have to add this configuration. Okay, and we can paste here. Let me remove this part. I have already tested this part. Let me show you. You can see CNAME with project test. So this time I'm keeping project 2. Okay, project 2 dot. So this setup is also done. Let me save it. Updating DNS record. Yeah. So this is done. Now what we can do? Um, Now we will take project 2 because now we have added this part and we will go to GitHub. We can go to setting. This is important part for custom domain setup. Page, you can see below we have one method, custom domain. And definitely you may have some doubt like how I got the IP details and other things. So you can open this link. You will get all the IP details. Not here. So somewhere I have seen that details. Yeah. So anyway, no problem. Like I will show you later, but let's complete this part first. Okay. So this is like our custom domain setup, and we have created page project two, right? Two dot dev. You can see the actual uh, domain name, that is like devfusionmaster.xyz page project 2 dot devfusionmaster.xyz. Okay, let me save it. So you can see DNS check is in progress. Successful. So the main reason is like why we have added this much configuration. We have added our domain server details related to GitHub in our GoDaddy DNS record. Yeah, and we have configured this project two part. Other, if we not configure, this will be not successful. Let's enforce this HTTPS. I guess this is already done. Now our project is completely ready as a production ready. Let me open. One more problem. Now it's not opening, right? Let me check why is the what is the problem. Console. Okay, same problem. You can see it's checking the project with this naming convention. What I can do, I'm going to copy this URL and I will host this. I will modify this package.json because we have to modify this part. And this is like one-time setup, no problem. We can do it. Done. Let me save. Let me redeploy the application. Commit. Git push. Yeah. So this is done. Let me go to GitHub and action. Third pipeline is running automatically. Now you can see like now we are not pushing any code from our end. Like all the things is happening automatically. So we as a developer we are just pushing the code, and GitHub Action as a CI/CD tool, it's taking care automatically everything, right? So it's building the project and it's deploy also. It will take 30 to 40 seconds. Done. Now deployment is happening. So once done, we'll see. Perfect. Let me open this URL, refresh the page. Interesting. Now you can see. Now no one can confirm like this application is running on GitHub, right? So that's the reason this is the benefit to use custom domain. Let me copy, Control Shift, and we can try here also. Yeah. So this is looking good, and I guess for today we are good. So yeah. So congratulations, you have successfully hosted our application using GitHub Actions CI/CD, and we have configured a custom domain through GoDaddy. So like now every code change pushes to GitHub will be um, deployed automatically without any manual intervention, right? So this is like simple but powerful real DevOps project, and that demonstrates CI/CD automation and deployment with domain management, right? So if you found this project helpful, please like and subscribe DevFusion Mastery, and you can just give your next project idea based on the like you can share your idea in comment. Okay, so let's meet on next project, project third, in next week. Thank you.